Hey everyone! So, if you're in the Pi network, you know there has been one huge question just hanging in the air since day one. Well, guess what? A major update just dropped that might finally give us the answer we've all been waiting for. You know what I'm talking about. It's the one thing every single pioneer, everyone who's been mining on their phone day in and day out, has been wondering. Yep, that's the one. Can my Pi become real money? I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? The whole idea that these digital coins sitting in your wallet could one day, pay for your groceries, cover a bill, or just show up as actual cash in your bank account. And this new update, it tackles that question head on. So here it is. The announcement is all about this one key phrase, a Pi to fiat swap facility. Now, I know, that sounds a little technical, maybe even a bit boring. But trust me, those 5 little words could change absolutely everything for Pi users. So let's break down what they actually mean. All right, to really get this, we need to understand the 2 main parts here, fiat and swap facility. They're not as complicated as they sound. First up, fiat currency. Don't let the fancy name fool you. It's basically just the official money that a government issues. We're talking about US dollars, euros, yen, you get the picture. It's the cash in your wallet and the numbers in your bank account. So when we say converting Pi to fiat, we're talking about turning your Pi into the traditional money we all use every single day.
And the second piece of the puzzle is the swap facility. The easiest way to think about this is like a bridge. It's the mechanism, the platform, that's built specifically to connect 2 different things. It lets you trade one asset, in this case your Pi coins, for another asset, like the fiat currency we just talked about. It's the connection.
Because right now, let's be honest, these are 2 completely separate worlds. You've got your Pi wallet over here with all its digital assets, and way over on the other side, you have your traditional bank account with your government-issued cash. A swap facility is the thing that would finally build that pathway, that bridge, right between them. Okay, so we've defined the terms, we get the concepts, but what does this actually mean for you as someone holding Pi coins? What's the real-world impact? Well, the process could become incredibly simple. Just imagine, you start with a Pi you've been collecting, right? Then you use this new swap facility to start an exchange. And boom, you receive traditional currency back. It sounds simple, but that little process is what could transform Pi from an abstract digital thing into something tangible you can actually go out and spend.
And a change like this could set off a whole chain reaction. All of a sudden, you have a real path to liquidity, which is just a fancy way of saying you can turn your Pi into cash. That gives it a tangible monetary value, which in turn connects the entire Pi ecosystem to the global economy. For the project's big picture roadmap, this is, without a doubt, a massive leap forward.
So when you zoom out and you look at the whole journey, this isn't just some new feature being added, it really signals a fundamental shift in what the Pi network is and what it has the potential to become.
And really, this is the main takeaway. We could be watching the exact moment Pi moves from having a theoretical value, something that's just talked about online, to having a practical, real-world financial use. It's the difference between a really cool idea and a tool that you can actually use in your life. So, by building this bridge to the traditional financial world, the Pi network is basically posing a huge question to all of us. Is this the moment? Is this when it finally starts to deliver on its ultimate promise? That right there is the exciting possibility this update puts on the table.
All right, if you're part of the Pi network, you know there's a whole lot of buzz going around right now, and one massive question on everybody's mind. So let's just dive right in and break down what's really going on with this new update. And this is the question, right? The multi-million, well, maybe the multi-million Pi question. After all this time, all those taps on your phone, is this the moment? Is it finally on the horizon? So, you've been a dedicated pioneer, right? Patiently stacking up your Pi, believing in the whole vision of the project. But that path, the one from a digital coin on your screen to actual spendable money in your bank account, it's always been a little blurry. And that next step is exactly what we're going to clear up today. Okay, so to really get why this new update is such a big deal, we first have to talk about this wall, basically, that's been standing between your Pi and the rest of the financial world. The core team calls this the enclosed problem. This brings us to a key term, the enclosed mainnet. The easiest way to think about it is like a country with its own unique currency, but its borders are completely sealed off. You can use that money inside the country, trade with your neighbors, buy things in local apps, but you can't take it to an airport and swap it for dollars or euros. That's pretty much been the situation with Pi. And yeah, that gets right to the heart of the issue for every single person mining. You can see the potential. You can see the number in your wallet go up, but it's been, well, trapped. This one fact has been the biggest hurdle and, let's be honest, the source of most of our questions. But, for every problem, you gotta hope there's a solution. And now it seems like a potential solution is finally being talked about officially, which is bringing a real glimmer of hope to the entire community. You've probably seen this exact phrase flying around online, a pin to fiat swap facility. It sounds super technical and complicated, I know, but the actual idea behind it, it's pretty simple, and it just might be the key that unlocks this whole thing. So how would it even work? Just picture a currency exchange booth at the airport. You walk up with your Pi, you hand it over to this facility, they do all the magic behind the counter, and you walk away with fiat currency. Real, spendable cash. It's meant to be the bridge connecting the Pi world to the real world. So what does all this have to do with the recent news? Well, here's the thing. This isn't just community speculation or wishful thinking anymore. This concept is now at the very center of an official announcement. This is it, the phrase that got everyone talking. An important update about Pi Network has taken this whole fiat swap idea and moved it from the what if column straight into the what's next column. So let's unpack what this signal really means. First off, this is the first time we're hearing official talk about a real mechanism to cash out. It's the blueprint for that bridge we were just talking about. It's also a totally critical step that has to happen before we can even get to a future open mainnet. It's a huge shift from just theoretical value to a practical, real-world exchange. Okay, so that's all the technical stuff, but let's bring it back to the question that actually matters. What does this update really mean for you, the pioneer with Pi sitting in your wallet right now? Let's do a quick before and after, because it really puts things into perspective. Before this update, your Pi was locked up. There was no official way to turn it into cash, so its value was all speculation. After this update, now there's a potential path, the fiat swap, that's actually being discussed by the core team. It's the first real bridge being explored, and it's a huge sign of progress on the official roadmap. Now, okay, it is absolutely vital to keep a level head about this. This update is incredibly exciting, no doubt, but it's a single step in what is still a much longer journey. This is not the finish line, but it might just be the most important milestone this project has hit in a very, very long time. And that, of course, leaves us all with a huge question. This fiat swap talk is a massive development, for sure, but it naturally makes us wonder, what comes next? What's the next domino that needs to fall while we all watch and wait for the final goal, the arrival of the open mainnet? That's the milestone we'll all be watching for now.